Hey everybody, Mr. Movies 87 here, and welcome to a new episode of Gaming Breakdown. And in today's episode, we'll be talking about a really cool little system, the Nintendo GameCube. This thing kinda sold really damn well. I did some research on it earlier, and I didn't know it sold this many units. It apparently sold almost 22 million units worldwide. I knew it was popular, but I didn't know or realize that it was that popular. Came out in 2001, September 14th in Japan first, and then November 18th, 2001 in the good old North Americas, and then May 2002 in Europe. Unfortunately, it discontinued in 2007 because, well, the Wii came along in 2006. This thing has a huge, vast, awesome library of games. As you can see by the picture here, you might notice a theme here. There's lots and lots and lots of Mario. I mean, just the one picture here, you see Mario Party 4, 5, 6, and 7, Power Tennis, Toadstool Tour, Melee, Super Mario Strikers, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. The list goes, well, on and on and on and on. Also, the dance mix game, whatever that is. Now, unfortunately for me, I really didn't play the GameCube all that much. I picked it up later on in its life cycle, and I never really got that many games for it. The main three I had for a while were Smash Brothers Melee, of course, Mario Kart Double Dash, and Mario Party 7. Those are my main three for quite a while. It wasn't until later on that I added a few more games to it. Down the road, I eventually got Tales of Symphonia, and also Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. Neither of those I've beaten, unfortunately. I really should. I feel bad that I never did. But, well, I'm sure I will at some point. I don't have my GameCube here, unfortunately, otherwise I gladly would. Although I wonder if my laptop could handle the Dolphin emulator to maybe try them. I know that's a really high-end emulator, so maybe not with my laptop, but it might be worth a try. I mean, who knows? Now, one also game I want to mention here, a friend of mine way back when had this game, Super Mario Strikers. My first taste of, well, a pure Mario sports game, really. That game is really damn fun to play with a few friends there. Play with four friends, either all of you on the same team, or 2-on-2 or 3-on-1 or however you want to do it. That game you can play that for hours because it's so damn fun. I mean, it's Mario meets soccer meets crazy ass power up shots and all that fun stuff there. Kind of reminds me of Mega Man Soccer actually, with all the power up shots and all that. Which, by the way, Mega Man Soccer is awesome and you should play it. So just a heads up there. But yeah, I mean, the GameCube has a ton of notable titles here. And of course, not all of them are mentioned here. Little game, Super Mario Sunshine might be one. Um, uh, Zelda Twilight Princess was for the GameCube, wasn't it? GameCube and in the Wii. I think yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Right? I haven't played it before, so I really can't remember to be honest. I'm sure someone will correct me on that. But yeah, GameCube. I feel like I should have more to say about it. Unfortunately, yeah, I mean, I love the system, of course, but in comparison with like the Xbox and the PS2, I mean, I had the PS2 during that whole thing back then, and like I said, yeah, the GameCube, I just didn't really get into quite as much there. If I had more games for it back then, I definitely would have. Besides the main three I had before, but the three I did have were awesome. I mean, Melee. I've put in a ton of hours into Melee back then. I never played competitively or anything, like in tournaments or whatever, because I was I was not that good. But once I eventually got down the road and unlocking characters, I always used Roy, like all the time. He was, well, my main, obviously. And I will say, the event battles in that game, um, yeah, some of them are really fucking hard. I'll tell you this right now. Those caused me to break a couple of copies of the game. I'm not gonna lie. I know that's really bad to say, um, but yeah, they were just downright brutal for me. What are you two doing? Go lay down, scrubs. Anyway, yeah, I think it's at least two copies, maybe three of the game. I remember one, I took the butt end of my remote and just smashed it until it cracked in half. Yeah, not one of my prouder moments, I will gladly admit that. Of course, I'll be honest about that. But this was years ago, so I'm obviously over that now. It wasn't back then. It shouldn't have been worth it to get upset over anyway, and it isn't now, obviously. But I can look back on that moment and laugh now, so it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, there's so much to do in Melee. You have just normal battles against the AI you can practice on for days and days. Get three friends over and just have full-on Melee parties until 4 in the morning. And then, of course, the event battles, the 3-minute match, the 15-minute match, the 100-man melee, target practice, the sandbag contest, all that cool stuff there. There's just so much to do in that game, and then some. Moving on, my other game, yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash. This was something I actually played with my brother a lot. So we did the co-op races a good bit back then. We remember we were going through the 150 class to unlock the parade car or whatever it was called back then, and we finally won. One of us won. I forget who, but we eventually finally did unlock it, and we were kind of bummed because, as far as we recall, the car was not really that good. I mean, its stats were okay, I think, but it just wasn't that good. We always preferred using the baby stroller car or whatever that the baby Mario Brothers had. Excuse me, just because it was so light and so quick and everything. So that was pretty much our go-to. Yeah, the parade car was just, for us, yeah, just not that worthwhile. Although Double Dash, I played that many times before, not only with him, with my brother, but my friends as well back then. We'd go over to each other's houses and just play that for hours on end. Just the GameCube was a really great party system. I mean, of course, Mario Party 4, 5, 6, and 7. I mean, need I say more? Not really. Although, speaking of the Mario Party games, yeah, I only had 7. I never did play 4, 5, or 6. But, I mean, 7 was really, really damn fun as well. There's a ton of variety of games. You could play that for hours on end. A funny story about that, too, actually. Years back, when my brother and I were still in high school, there was a day that we skipped school, and we decided to do a 50-round game that took us literally all day. Like, we started at around 8 in the morning or so, I believe, and we didn't finish until, like, 3 or 4 in the afternoon. It was that crazy. But yeah, we put, like, match stars on, like, everybody, put the computer on its highest level, and I forget who even won that. Probably one of the computers, because the AI script, like, for Brutal is downright brutal. So, yeah, I would have to believe one of them won way back then. And there's some other games, yeah, I mentioned, yeah, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, the sequel to the original Paper Mario on the N64. I've only done very little far in that, not very far at all. I can speak great English, apparently. Yeah, I never did get that far into it, which is a damn shame, because the game is fucking phenomenal. But yeah, if I did my GameCube back here at some point, I'll really need to play through that again, or again, try the emulator for it, either way. I need to play that game through entirely. It's too good not to do, really. And then also the other one, Tales of Symphonia. I do have the well, actually no, I traded that in. I had the PS3 collection of it a while back, but just hadn't played that much either on the GameCube or the PS3 version. I played a little bit of both, Symphonia 1 and Symphonia 2. All the farther I got in Symphonia 1 was the getting to that first real dungeon with your team with who the hell is even in that game with Lloyd, Colette, and the other little person, the little mage. I forget what her name was. It's been so long. I'm gonna yell at so much for like not knowing all these games. Oh, and one thing to mention too, with the GameCube, wasn't there a Master Quest edition or something that had like Zelda 1 and 2 and Link to the Past on there or something like that way back then? And also Ocarina of Time, Master Quest, or Majora's Mask, something along those lines. Some sort of compilation pack or what have you. I'm sure, I know there was. I can see it right now, but I forget what was all in the thing. But yeah, this game, that game was cool, but I meant to say the system overall. Like I've been saying with the other systems, it has a variety of games for every player. I mean, it has your party games, your sports games, first-person shooters, of course the Mario games, your RPGs, strategy RPGs, which, by the way, also a couple mentions. Metroid Fusion was for the GameCube, right? I hope so. And also, wasn't there a Fire Emblem game as well. Was it Shadow Dragon? I think it was. Is it pictured here in this little thing here? I don't think it is. Um, well, it's there too. What are you two doing? Whatever. You won't be able to hear them anyway, so don't worry about it. But yeah, really damn system here. A really damn system. Really, I forgot a word. A really damn fun system here. Excuse me. That also kind of was a little underrated too, actually. In comparison with the Xbox and the PS2, those two were like the really, really big consoles to have back then. Although the GameCube in its own right was extremely cool as well. And I'm glad I eventually was able to get one. Where did I even buy mine anyway? I might have bought it at GameStop years ago, either there or Cash and Culture. That's in an old game store, by the way. That was in our mall years back. No, I think they would have bought it new from GameStop. I'm pretty sure. Also, by the way, I'm not really sure. I don't understand why people hate GameStop so much. I mean, for one thing, probably it's because they're kind of crappy trade-in value for stuff. Um, but one thing, you get more value if you trade towards store credit than you do straight up cash. And also, getting the Power Up Rewards card does help as well for the 10% bonus as well, the Pro version, I should say. Um, but yeah, I always liked going to GameStop. I always loved looking around, seeing all the new games, and just looking at new stuff there, and trying games out, and just exploring the store, really. I've always loved going there. I haven't been to one in a while, but I always still loved going. Alright, so that should wrap it up here, I believe. So yeah, let me know what your guys' favorite games on the GameCube were, what your favorite memories were about it, and all that fun stuff there. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Gaming Breakdown, which I have no idea what it'll be. This has been Mr. Moves87 signing off, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.